This weekend, both tennis teams open up their spring seasons. The men's team is up first with a trip to Fairfield. Head coach Jim Poling says his team is ready to go.
Practice is going great. These guys are working hard. We're healthy, we're hungry, and we got our work cut out for it. This is a good team, this Fairfield bunch. You got 2 good new recruits in. It's going to be some exciting tennis. We're going down there in Stamford, Connecticut, their area, and it's at an indoor club there in Stamford. So it's going to be exciting. We're looking forward to it.
The women's team will split up between the Cornell Winter Invite and a dual match at Boston University. Head coach Paul Peck wants consistent improvement against some tough early season opponents.
Boston University is one of the top teams in the East. They're probably ranked top 5, so they're pretty good. So and we're going to their home courts, but you know, a couple years ago we snuck in there and came within a match point of upsetting them. So I'm looking forward to that. And then part of my team's going up to Cornell, and the competition will be pretty good up there because Columbia and Cornell and Binghamton will be up there, and they're all good teams. So we'll get a lot of good matches, get us ready for our first home matches the following week.
Several top gymnasts will make their way to West Point for the 21st edition of the West Point Gymnastics Open. Head coach Doug Van Everen created this event and says he loves putting it on every year.
We do try to make it like really special for everybody, the athletes, the coaches, and the spectators. We want it to look like Disneyland. We want it to look like the Olympics. So when these kids come in here from 7 to 9 years old all the way up to the Olympians, we want it to be a great event, a special event. And so this year will be no exception. I mean, the level of competition is really through the roof. Like I said, there are a number of All-Americans and national team kids as well as an Olympian that I know of. So the bottom line, we are looking forward to doing a good job.
The hockey team will play a home-and-home series with Bentley this weekend. Head coach Brian Riley expects another tough weekend for his Black Knights.
For us, it's going to start with a work ethic. We're going to have to come and be ready to try to outwork them, outcompete them. If you don't do that, then you know what? Then you could be in for a long weekend. So I think our guys will be ready to go, that they understand, like we've talked about every year, every weekend is a new opportunity. And that's what this weekend presents.
After their win over Ohio State, the rifle team travels to Philadelphia for the NRA sectionals. Head coach Major Ron Wigger says this competition is key as the team looks to qualify for the NCAA championships.
We've got 2 good scores. We've got a good home score and we got 1 road score. Good road score. We need 1 more on the road. And so we got this weekend and then against Navy to get it done. So to raise our average before we go into the qualifier in February. So this is an opportunity for us to improve on that, and also and do well on the national level in the NRA sectional.
On Saturday, the wrestling team heads to New England for a pair of matches against Brown and Harvard. Head coach Joe Heskett likes how his squad is looking right now.
It's been a real solid week, real solid really month from the standpoint of ever since we've come back from break. Just a lot of good wrestling going on. Obviously, we brought home the New York State Championship, but what was equally impressive was we wrestled Drexel 2 days later, had to make weight again, had to get our minds refocused, and we really dominated. We wrestled very well, and that can always be a little bit of a challenge when you have to come back so quick from a tournament, especially a tournament where you wrestled well.
The swimming and diving teams close out the regular season against Colgate and Lafayette on Saturday. Here's head coach Mickey Wender talking about what he hopes his team achieves in their final tune-up before the Patriot League championships.
This weekend, obviously 2 great meets, or actually 4 meets with Colgate Lafayette men and women, but a chance to kind of fine-tune, try some different things, give them a chance to do some different events and get ready for what matters most, the championships.
For the first time this season, the track and field teams will participate in the Saturday night at the Armory Series. Head coach Troy Engel likes how the Black Knights have attacked the first part of the indoor season.
That whole, kind of shake off the cobwebs of holiday period that we've had in some years was non-existent this year. This team has come in with a greater focus than I've seen in the last couple of years. And I think partially it was because there was a pretty significant void of a lot of larger-than-life great performers that graduated, that people just stepped up and really kind of realized, hey, we don't have those 4 or 5 individuals that we know are going to put points on the board. Now everybody's going to step up and come through.
On Sunday, the women's basketball team welcomes Lehigh to West Point. Even though they've suffered back-to-back close losses, head coach Dave McGarity likes his team's determination.
I'm proud of the fact that these kids have hung in there. I really am. We've this is a huge game for us, obviously. We're 3-3. To get that win going into that break, we have a week in between the second cycle, and when we play Bucknell at home, would really be a positive thing for this group.
The men's basketball team hits the road for their matchup with the Mountain Hawks on Sunday. After Wednesday's win over Holy Cross, head coach Zach Spiker says the Black Knights have to refocus before taking on Lehigh.
I think everyone gives you a little bit of confidence, whether we like it or not. That's what we sign up for, and wins make you float a little higher, and we try to keep an even keel. It's important for these guys who are young to understand, hey, let's move on to the next one. But certainly there are some positives. As you say, to prepare for Lehigh, we got to understand people are going to guard us different ways. If they take away the three, we have to execute inside the arc like we did tonight. And that's what we'll take from this. We'll understand that just because you're down, you're not out. And we fought back, down 5 in the second half, and we're able to come back and get a win.
With this week's weekend preview, Rick Johnston, ITT Excellus Night Vision.